Well, hello, and welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. This is the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja. And right over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
I forgot to tweet.
It's okay.
I'll tweet it now. But, so, for those of you who know, or don't know, Josh and I talk for about 7 hours before the show.
No, what are you talking about?
I had a full can of this Arizona energy drink.
Oh dear.
Which is Fallout themed, and it's empty because we just hung out for an hour and a half before the show started, just having a good time. So you miss like a lot of the show because we're just too busy talking to each other.
Well, see, in a lot of the stuff that we talk about, before the music hits, it's stuff we can't really, talk about out there in the real world.
Right. Let's get it on, Push.
Yes, let's do it. There's too many real names, real situations, and not enough kayfabe in the pre-hitting record button for that to be a thing.
That's true.
Names and names are not protected. Identities are fully out there.
Yeah. You don't want to know what we really... No, I'm just kidding. So you don't know.
One day when I get that Patreon.
Yeah.
One day when I get that rolling, you get an hour and a half of stuff that we can't post that we really shouldn't ever post.
Yeah, if you're willing to give us money, we'll spill the tea, as the kids say. So
you hear about all the things that I actually do for work instead of when I tell you guys on the show here. That I escort people. No, I've said what I do on here.
You talked enough about it. I think people are getting the idea.
I think if you're paying enough attention, you should be. Yeah, keeping score, you definitely should be. Hey, speaking of keeping score, Francis, I don't know how I'm gonna do this because this isn't something I fucking wrote. I'm trying to do something off the cuff.
Oh, good. I love that.
The baseball team in your local area there, I see, is going to the Super Bowl or something. What's it called? The World Series.
God, yeah, they're going to the World Series. I was on we had a conversation about a pre-show about a buddy of mine who was watching the game and very excited, very happy. He's a big Dodger fan. He's happy to see that the Dodgers are going back to fight against their old rivals, the Yankees.
Yeah, it's 1936 all over again, or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I don't know.
Where's Babe Ruth?
Ah, damn it! You fucking.
Oh, was that your? Sorry.
You got in there before I can get in there.
I mean, it's there. It's Babe Ruth.
I was trying to think of some other famous. Wasn't there a famous Dodger or?
There probably were, but Babe Ruth's the only one I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. So, speaking of which, Baby Ruth, an underrated chocolate bar, very good chocolate bar. Just to put it out there.
Isn't that just peanuts and caramel?
Peanuts, caramel, chocolate. It's like a Snickers minus the nougat.
Oh, okay. Well, the nougat makes it the best part.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the nougat's the best part. Or maybe it does have the nougat. Maybe I'm thinking of another one, but yeah.
You remember the old Almond Joy Mounds, commercials?
I do.
Somebody at work who's not old enough to remember those commercials said, "Oh man, I really love an Almond Joy." And I was like, "Yeah, but sometimes I prefer Mounds."
No, sometimes I feel like a nut.
Oh yeah, that's why it didn't sound right when I said it. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't. Yeah.
Almond Joy's got nuts.
Nuts and
Mountains don't.
Mountains don't.
Damn it. Well, he wasn't old enough to fucking know the commercial, so he thought it was funny either way.
Oh, good. Good. Gotta enjoy. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not a big fan of the almond joy. I don't like coconut in my chocolate bars. So.
Here, okay. We all have weird quips about ourselves. Things we don't like that are puzzling. I don't like tomatoes, but I like ketchup. What the fuck, right?
Yes.
Damn it. Now I just fucking forgot what I was going to bring up.
I don't know. I don't like relish, but I mean, I don't like pickles, but I like relish. That's something. That's something out there for people to know.
That is a little weird.
I don't like pickles, but I like relish. Does it have to do with the coconut?
Oh, yes. Sorry. So, Jesus. This is what we get for not writing things down. I like coconut right out of the coconut.
Yes.
My favorite form of the coconut is what is referred to as an old coconut, where the water or milk or whatever the fuck you want to call it solidifies and turns into a big ball of sweet yumminess, and you can just eat it like an apple.
So that's what the meat of a coconut is. It's just solidified.
No. The liquid turns into a solid ball of yumminess.
It does?
Yes.
I need to look this up because I've never had this before.
It's delicious. Here's the thing, though. I don't like shredded coconut.
No.
I like breaking a coconut, taking a knife, taking a chunk of coconut and eating it that way. But you shred coconut and put it on something, I can't stand it.
Well, when it's shredded, it's dry. If you get it straight from the coconut, it's still moist from the coconut water.
Yeah, and it has like flavor to it. I don't like water chestnuts either. So
no. But I don't know what that is anyway. So
styrofoam, edible styrofoam.
That's true. That's hard. That's difficult to argue. Yes, that's true. It is edible styrofoam. And
if you tell them no water chestnuts, it's just like you just murdered their fucking cat.
Well, water chestnuts are hello, Ginger. Water chestnuts are like celery. I feel like celery is the most unnecessary.
Celery tastes, at least celery's texture is good though.
It doesn't have flavor though.
I'm okay with that.
All right. Okay.
You're talking to the guy that used to pop a can of cold Chef Boyardee raviolis and eat them out of the can. So, food is...
Yeah, but that's good.
Not warmed up. Just pop...
Fine.
Okay, well, you're the only other person that doesn't look at me sideways when I say it.
I bet it's delicious. I haven't had it myself, but I bet it's delicious.
You sprinkle a little cheese on there, I mean... Whatever. If you've already made the poor choice of eating Chef Boyardee raviolis as an adult, the cold, warm, it's not going to make any difference. Mm-hmm. We're still eating shit. There goes our Chef Boyardee's.
That's okay.
Sponsorship.
Thanks. That's all right. We don't need Chef Boyardee. We can make our own. We could be like Mr. Beast and make our own food.
And then have some weird kind of rise to the top and go apparently put a bunch of wells in places that needed it and appear to do good things, but then hire nothing but shitty people or, do shitty things. And then you yourself might even be a piece of shit. I don't know. I just hear things. I don't have any say in their fucking stake in the matter. I don't give a shit. I just know he makes shitty tasting fucking cookies and partnered with another asshole to make shitty fucking Lunchables.
Yeah. Which, somebody went and did, so the big controversy now is somebody went and did a taste test. So they bought a Lunchly. They're called Lunchlies. And it was a cheese pizza Lunchly. Now, Lunchables doesn't use real cheese. Lunchly does.
What?
And and you know what happens if you just leave cheese out for a long period of time, even though you may have an expiration date months down the line. If you just leave cheese out, it makes friends called mold. And she had a moldy pizza cheese in her lunchly that had 2 more months till expiration. And it was really funny to me. It was really funny to me.
I mean, it is funny, but you also know at the same time that that's going out there as well. But it's also something on the internet, so it could have, who knows?
Who knows? But I think it's real because,
yeah, sure.
Again, Lunchables doesn't use real cheese. Lunchly apparently real cheese. So anyway,
all the most of the YouTuber sponsored products, I try to stay away from. I mean, a fucking utility knife is a utility knife is a utility knife. You can get one of those anywhere. But if you want to support,
have you tried?
If you want to support a favorite fucking content creator that happens to have pocket knives, then go for it. I say, there's a tech guy that has screwdrivers.
That's true.
They're not sonic. They're spinny, but they're not sonic.
There's a tech review guy who has a wallpaper app that had to apologize recently for how bad their app went.
Well, I mean, not to name names or nothing, but sometimes tech reviewers should sometimes just stick to tech reviewing.
So, we're going to stick to talking about the most generic things on the internet. We're not going to try to sell you on anything.
Nope.
We're not going to try to make you,
Though, before we hit record, I might sell Francis on the joys and benefits of Android over Apple, but,
sure.
To you, the listening public, I wouldn't. You stick to whatever phone church you want to stick to. It doesn't matter to me. But if you come to me and ask me for my opinion, I will give you it.
As long as it's phone church. That's all that I care about is phone church.
Phone church, yeah, man. You go. I can't think of any. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. I can't be. I can't be that quick.
Let's get into this then. What's on your docket for today?
Well, there's still no notebook, so we're still using the notepad over here. So, you'll see me looking at it. Well, it is spooky season officially, Francis. The Halloween is a mere days away.
It is.
Are you doing any spooky festivities or activities in your neck of the woods? Does it even feel like Halloween in Hollywood land?
No.
Okay.
I keep forgetting it's October. Like, I keep forgetting we're in October. I keep forgetting that the year is almost over. Like, we literally only have 2.5 months, less than 2 months, 2 and like a week left till the year is over. Freaks me out, man. Freaks me out.
Deservedly.
But I was planning to do a thing here called Horror Nights out in Universal Studios Hollywood. But I realized I don't want to go by myself because that's most likely what would happen. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not gonna go. I'll wait till I can bring people along with me. But I don't want to go do a thing like that on my own.
No,
that sounds boring.
Fright Things is not a solo adventure.
No.
Fright Things isn't like going to IHOP on a Saturday morning by yourself.
Right.
Or going to the Red Robin bar and having a couple beers while you watch a game on one of their numerous TVs. It's too real life.
Right.
It's too real life. Yeah. I'm just saying.
So the likelihood of me doing something, I think I'm just going to do, there's a lantern festival that I'll probably go to, and I'll buy candy the day after Halloween. It's like the two big Halloween things I'll be doing.
So what is your Halloween candy go to?
I just go for the variety bag. Really, in all honesty.
But
Just go with the variety bag, and
different
everything else
variety
is
bags
the
because
crap.
there's 19 companies that make fucking candy. So you got the
The
one with the
ones that don't.
you got the ones that have the Snickers in it. Then you got the ones
Yeah.
with the Charms, and then you got the ones with the Tootsie Rolls, and then you got the ones
God,
with the
no.
fucking
Okay.
dots. Like every company has their fucking little variety bag.
The, as long as it doesn't have any mounds, like we were talking about, as long as it doesn't have any mounds or almond joy,
Okay.
and it doesn't have Tootsie Rolls, because I think Tootsie Rolls are the same thing as candy corn. It's just the devil's poo in in sweet form.
Okay.
So none of that stuff.
I mean, it's not even it's
Uh, s-
confectionery chocolate, so it's not even like real chocolate. But
no, I don't like that stuff. Yeah.
okay. I mean, I like a Tootsie Roll. I like to sing the song while I eat the Tootsie Roll. Oh, giggity. Whoa, that was. Oh, that was dirty
There you
on
go.
accident.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow. So, why? What do you have a plan? Do you have something going
so
on for that?
there's a thing that's been going on for a little while here, and the lady friend and I we've gone to it a few times, 2 or 3 times now. It's in a local like a botanical type of botanical garden type of park. I don't know how else to explain it. And they call it the walk of the jack-o'-lanterns, or the gathering of the jack-o'-lanterns, or the gathering of the juggalos, or something like that. I don't know.
I hope it's Juggalos. I hope it's
um,
Juggalos.
and you just walk through the park, and they have, probably hundreds of different jack-o'-lanterns. There's music playing. It's all, they got the smoke machines and the lights going, and get yourself a hot chocolate.
Okay.
Walk through there with your person. Last year we went as Miss Piggy and Kermit.
Oh yeah, what are you dressing up as?
Well,
That
I
would
don't
be
know.
fun.
That's what I was trying to get to. Is that I don't know if our schedules are going to line up this year to go to it. So I'm hoping so because it's going to be open for like next 7 days or something like that. So I'm hoping that we can get into it, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well,
Outside of
hopefully,
that,
yeah.
I too will probably get me some sort of discounted candy, and it will be in
Yeah,
probably the Snicker, whatever one has the Snickers in it,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
because
That's the superior.
Snickers is
Yeah,
the part of a well balanced diet.
it is.
I mean, it's
It
got all the
is,
food
yes,
groups,
that's right. It does.
I think.
It does.
Yeah,
It has your it's veggies in the form of
the
nougat,
peanuts.
I guess.
The peanuts.
Oh, peanut, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you got the dairy because it's milk chocolate.
Dairy because it's milk chocolate. Yes.
I'm sure there's some flour in there somewhere, so I'm sure you're getting some some carbos or something.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yes.
I eat a lot of
Yeah.
Snickers. Is what I'm trying to get at.
That's all good.
It's a nice quick snack, man. It's a nice quick snack.
Yeah, man. I get it.
Come on, Mars Company. I think that's who makes Snickers.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. As far as like trick or treaters, there's barely any kids in the complex that I live in. And
Everyone trunk or treats now. They don't trick or treat.
God, that's so lame. But I get it. It's a different time.
Safer.
It's safe. I get it.
Yeah.
I just, I miss the days of kids coming to the door, because I loved passing out candy as an adult. Halloween is my favorite Halloween. It's my favorite holiday of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's the day that everybody, lets their personalities, the wild side of their personalities, their dark side of their personality, whatever they choose to or they just want to fucking look like the sailor person from whatever show that was with the kid that looks like James Hetfield and the person that's named 11. The fuck is that show called?
Oh, Stranger Things.
Yeah. Remember they did like what? Wait, was it that show where they all had like the ice cream shop outfits? Was that same show?
They did. Yeah, those ice cream shop outfits.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So outside of like this Halloween, I would be surprised to not see a Deadpool on every corner and a Wolverine or both.
Yeah, that's true. I'm looking it up. I don't. What popular costumes this year? Let's see.
I mean, there's always going to be the nun, the naughty nun, the schoolgirl. What else? Your costume in a package. Whenever someone is just like runs to Spirit at the last second and grab something.
Would you like to know what the top 25 costumes?
How about the top 5? How about the top 5?
Okay. Well, I only said top 25 because number 25 is Godzilla.
Yeah, but it's
But I can do the
it's
top
just
5.
it's just the dinosaur costume with a different skin. So that's not.
How dare you? You are a Godzilla fan.
I know that,
not just
but
a dinosaur.
It's just the dinosaur outfit with a different skin. I can't be hyped about that. If it was a Mecha Godzilla that was actually like a fucking mech suit, I'd be more fucking impressed. But go ahead, go on. Give me like the
top 5.
Yeah. Give me top 7 to be just weird.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just fucking.
Yeah. So Deadpool doesn't even make it onto this list, nor does Wolverine.
Wow.
Because they're not on the top 10. They're in the top 20, but not in the top 7.
Okay.
So number 7 is a character named Red from The Descendants: The Rise of Red, which is a Disney network cartoon or TV show.
Okay.
That's number 7. Number 6 is Envy from Inside Out 2. So if you've seen the $1 billion franchise Pixar movie Inside Out 2, you know who Envy is. Pomni from the amazing Digital Circus series, which I've never heard of before. So I'm showing my age.
Sure.
Dolores from the Beetlejuice movie, which, okay, sure. Catnap from the Poppy Playtime video game, another game I've never heard of. So, yay for you Gen Alpha kids out there.
Yep.
Number 2 is Raygun, the Australian breakdancer.
Okay, that's. I mean, I did think about that. That's good. I like that. As long as you do as horrible as breakdancing of his job as she did, then yes.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure. And that's all part of the costume.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, a blast from the past. Shrunken Head Bob from Beetlejuice is number 1 on the top trending costumes.
I guess that makes. I can get on board with Beetlejuice being the popular.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I can't get angry at that.
I haven't seen the movie, but I think it. Obviously the shrunken head guy has a fucking pretty predominant part in the movie because every time you see a commercial for the fucking movie, he's in it.
Well, he's in the first movie too.
Yeah, at the end for fucking 30 seconds.
At the end, yeah. Yeah. He's there. He's there.
He's just, and in fact, he is just there. It was the fucking the shaman guy sitting next to him that actually shrunk the dude's head and then shrunk Beetlejuice's head. So where's he? He was the actual character.
Yeah.
But
so there you go.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm just talking shit.
I don't know. I'm a little disappointed that I don't know. There's not more pop culture. I feel like there should be more that I would recognize, but then there's those two that I've never heard of before, and it bothers me that I have never heard of it being aggressively online all the time, chronically online.
It's not your sector.
So,
It's not your sector.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
But I really enjoy Halloween. When kids used to, one of the places I used to live in, kids used to come to the door all the time. And I'd open up the door, and I loved it when they were teenagers, because I would sit there and critique their stuff. And if they didn't act the character, they didn't get any candy. Like, you gotta be in character, man. You've seen it. You've seen me do it at Comic-Cons. Remember the dude that was dressed as Akuma and was smiling at me? I was like, no, that is not how you take a picture as Akuma. Get into character, and then I'll take your picture.
I mean, he'd have to kick your ass to be in character then.
Yeah, he got into one of the Akuma stances. We've seen the guy with as Scorpion, right? He's always got the little chain, and nobody ever takes the picture the way you should, which is like from a first-person perspective of the chain being impaled in your heart as the picture, and have the chain taut and Scorpion in frame. That's how I've taken every Scorpion picture. You
want to be in the picture.
No. It's a POV shot with the thing in, so it looks like Scorpion already hit me in the chest.
But you want your face.
No.
People want their. No, you don't.
I don't want
Most people want their face in the picture.
I have their face in the picture. It's just from a straight on shot to look like they're.
No, but you said. So the camera would be here, right, where my face is.
Pointing at Scorpion.
The chain would be here at my chest. Yeah.
I'm just hanging on to it.
I
know. I'm just hanging on to it so it's taut. Yeah. And then, so he's in the pose of throwing the thing. I think that's cool. Or if we're doing it off the side of the camera so the chain's taut. So it looks like he's throwing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but yeah. No, I'm with you. That's a great picture. Only thing is that people want to be in it.
They want
to see themselves in the picture.
They are.
You can't see their face, though. You can't see their face. It could be anybody.
You can't see Scorpion's face.
Yeah, but that's okay. We want to see.
I'm not explaining it. I'm not explaining it very well. You're not grasping the words I'm throwing, because they're the center of the photo. It's just that the chain looks like it's being thrown at the picture taker.
Oh.
You know how Scorpion has the thing that comes out of his hand? Get over here.
Yeah. Right.
So the guys that are dressed as Scorpion that have the chain, I say, let me hang on to it, pull it taut. I'm taking a picture of them. Get into a pose that looks like Scorpion just threw the fucking chain at me. I'm going to hold it tight, and I'm going to take the picture.
Yeah.
It's an action photo.
No.
I don't know.
I get it. No, I get it. I get it. I'm just saying, yeah.
I don't know.
You need video, because you have to hear him say, "Get over here."
That's true. I just superimpose it onto a picture.
And then you have to lunge your body at him.
Mm. Yeah.
While you're taking the video.
We'll see that
point of view.
Well, yeah. That could happen. That could happen.
That'd be kind of cool, actually. That'd be a really cool video.
Look at that.
The video starts with the chain going taut.
So
you've already been struck. And then the video ends with you getting pulled. So it's not a very long one, like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's a vine.
The video ends with you getting pulled with the body. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. It's a periscope.
Oh wow. It's a Twitter video.
Yeah, Vine is older than Periscope, so I don't know why I'm like.
Well, but Twitter had video upload, and it was only like 3 seconds long for a little bit. It was quick. Yeah. It was little tiny. You could basically just do GIFs at first.
Yeah. The good old days.
The good old days.
Twitpics.
Yeah, I'm still running on the same internet from 1997, so I'm still living the retro world.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, for it.
Let's not talk about your internet.
So let's talk about something. Okay, this has been taking up a lot of my YouTube viewing over the last week.
What has?
SpaceX did their 5th test flight of the Starship and their booster, little project that they're working on. Largest rocket ever created, ever flown, ever gone to space. Like the Falcon 9 rockets, they want to catch it for quick reusability, both the Starship and the booster. So they've done 4 flight tests up until last week, each one progressively getting better. And this past week, longer story short, rocket goes up, separates, the Starship heads off to just break the Kármán line, I think, before re-entering. The booster does a 180 in space, comes back, and lands on the launch pad it left from 5 minutes before. And the launch pad caught it out of midair. So the rocket came back, basically hovered in place, and then these, like, they call them chopsticks on this launch tower that closed around it, and there's catch points on the booster, and they caught the fucking booster. It's just awesome. It's fascinated by space stuff. You'll never catch me in space, but I'll watch you go.
The cheering that they had video of the people watching the catch, because it is just like the lower part of the rocket. Like, if you didn't know what was really going on, it just looks like video going in reverse.
Oh, sure.
It's just the boosters, right, going in and like going, and it's angling into the landing pad. It's like, if you didn't know what was going on, it just looks like you're rewinding video, so that it looks like a thing is coming in at an angle. But yeah, it was a big feat. It was a big feat. It was very cool. I wish it had more love.
I think part of that
has
has
the whole block thing. So
part of it has to do with the person that funds the company being outspoken and everything, but like that guy, he didn't fucking he funded everything to make happen. He may have come up with the wild idea, let's catch this fucking thing with some large metal objects. We call them chopsticks.
Yes, the chopsticks. Yeah. Look, I'm never going to downplay Elon's contribution to science and technology, because he is, whether you like him or not, he's fun. Whatever he's doing, whether it's funding it or like giving people a platform to be able to do this stuff, he's doing it. Like, you can't deny that he's the one doing it. Everything else sucks, but like, him allowing for this stuff to happen is impressive, and it's great. We didn't record when he had his when they did the AI taxi and the AI bus and the AI robots, the Optimus robots. He had a whole thing where everything was automated, and that was pretty cool. Like, I mean, people were freaking out over it because it's like, how is this sustainable? But he wants to get this out there in a couple of years. So
people had those questions, and my question was, okay, tech reviewer guy from before, you're taking a little spin in it.
You saw that video too.
You're taking a little spin in it, and it, thank you for showing us and everything. But my question was, what if there's, you got to make evasive maneuver delta,
He asked that question.
I didn't watch the whole video.
Okay. So he does ask that question, and the vague reply he got from the engineers was, you shouldn't need to ever take control. Like, you shouldn't have to worry. Like, measures in the vehicles, apparently, to counteract human drivers or whatever. So, also, I don't believe these are going to be used for like long road trips or anything. It's going to be in a very controlled area, probably like a portion of the city that's blocked off for these types of vehicles, or a portion
where
of
they have
whatever.
it mapped, specific routes, or
Yeah, like I don't know if you have this in Colorado, but we have like in a lot of our major cities, they have dedicated bus lanes, right? So there's just a lane in the regular streets of the city, just cordoned off for buses. They could just do that for this. They can cordon off a lane for these automated vehicles so that cars don't go into those lanes because you're not supposed to, and they can just automate and drive on their own.
Hey, you're not supposed to go through an intersection with the light's red, but that doesn't stop people either.
Okay, sure. But at least in this way, the likelihood of you lessen the likelihood of accidents when you have a designated. It's not sharing the lane with the public.
I mean, if you're going to give me a choice between sitting in some Joe Schmo's, daily driver.
Oh, their Uber,
Yeah, or, Lyft, Uber, whatever.
Yeah.
Or one that they rented. And have to listen to whatever shitty music they decide to play. Or sit in a car and not have a driver and, carry on doing, technically, there's no driver. There's no control. So continuing to inebriate should be completely and totally legal. Because there's no way to drive the car. So you're not drinking and driving. You're a passenger like you would be in a party bus.
They're passing a law. What state is passing the law where you can smoke weed in restaurants? I have to look this up.
I mean, if it's not California, I'd be fucking surprised.
Yeah, go on though. Yeah, you're right. You can.
That sounds like Oaksterdam to me.
Let's smoke weed in restaurants. Yeah, because there's a. Okay, you're right. It is California. California to allow eating, smoking in Amsterdam-style cannabis cafes.
Okay, give me the city. Give me the city.
Let's see. Hold on.
It's going to be Golden Triangle or Oaksterdam.
Let's see. So far, they haven't given me a city yet. Hold on.
Okay, you're fine. Now, while you're looking at that, there is a place here that you can't eat, but you can bring cartridges to, and they have like e-rigs, so there's no open flame, so you can consume things in a controlled, lounge. I don't know if it's still open or not, though. There used to be one anyway.
So, it's our governor, so it's not a city. It's
Okay.
the entire state.
Oh.
For the entire state of California.
Okay.
And people are mad because we got rid of smoking in public restaurants.
Sure.
Right? We don't have a smoking. So now they're like, we're it's a step backwards to allow smoking in these restaurants. So.
I'd totally I'd live in Rancho.
Rancho's great. Rancho's a great neighborhood. There's a great mall there.
The Cucamonga Ball.
Yes, plus you get to live in Rancho Cucamonga.
Exactly.
Right? Like what a great name for. So whenever I listen to like a podcast that's not in California, and they'll have like people write in, and usually people who write into those podcasts say what city they're from or what city and what state.
First time writer, long time listener.
Yeah, long time listener, first time writer. I'm from Rancho Cucamonga, and they'll be like, "That's not a place. That's not real."
I mean, I've been saying this for fucking 10 years of our friendship that the city that you live in does not actually exist.
City of Industry is a real thing.
I
It
know
exists.
that it is. I've seen the border on the Google Maps. I've seen it. I just don't
City of
think
Commerce exists too.
we have a
So it's just
commerce.
like
We have Commerce City. We have one of those.
the City of Commerce holds a outlet mall that was used in an episode of Knight Rider, which is the only thing I know about that mall. I don't know about that city. Outside that, it also has a casino. It has a casino, and it has a mall that they used in an episode of Knight Rider.
I mean that's all you need, man. If that's your claim to fame and you're a mall, I mean, that means you get like lifetime kit visits.
I want Kit to visit.
I got to
Kit.
sit in Kit at Universal Studios when I was a kid.
You know what I want? I want to sit in Car.
Car would have been rad.
Probably not that different.
But the attraction was really cool. I've done the YouTube research on it and learned the magic of it, and it kind of destroyed it. But some of them were unused or screen used cars, and some were just built for the attractions. But they would have somebody sitting off to the side in a little room, and there was cameras inside, and there's a speaker, and when he would speak, the Kit LED thing at the bottom would light up like Kit was talking to you, and you can ask Kit questions, and the guy sounded like Kit. I was sold.
Oh,
It was rad.
it was Mr. Feeney.
Yeah, exactly. It might have been. But yeah, Car would have been rad because Car was Optimus Prime.
Oh, was it really?
It's Peter. Yeah,
That's
Peter
I didn't know
Cullen.
that.
It was at least
well,
for
now Car is superior.
So when they did not Knight Rider 2000, but when Knight Rider came back in like 2000, early 2000, it wasn't Knight Rider 2000, but it was the series after that. I don't remember what it was called, but when Car showed up, it was Peter Cullen.
Yep, I'm on the wiki right now. It says he was voiced by Peter Cullen in the original and the remake series.
When was the remake series?
They don't say.
Okay.
It just says the remake series. So
I want to
when.
say it had Hasselhoff in it too.
It did. If it's the remake series where his son ends up being the new
the new Michael Knight.
The new Michael Knight, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that was the one.
But I love it. I love that. That's now. I'm even now. I if I were given a choice.
Go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say, if I was given a choice. The reason why I would have picked Car anyway, despite now knowing it was Peter Cullen, it's two-toned. I love that it was two-toned. You know, with the gray underbelly and like the black top area. Like, I love that. I like that was what set it apart from Kit, who was all black. Like, okay, still a T-top, but it's like gray and black, and I really like that.
Well, the A-Team van. You remember that one? That's
do.
actually
I
black.
love the A-Team. I used to have a toy of that.
So the actual van was black, gray, and red, but most of the replicas and toys are all black.
Black and red. No, the red is on the spoiler.
The red's on the spoiler. The gray is on top of the black. You look up the car. You can look up the van. Like you'll see it's got a little gray stripe.
Yes, it does. And there's a red racing stripe.
Red racing stripe, but then there's black and gray. It's a two-tone paint job.
100% black and gray.
And a lot of the replicas, a lot of toys are just black and red.
Oh no, it's better. No, it has to have the gray.
Yep.
You're right. A lot of looks like a lot of the replicas of that van, they went with the black on black. They did not use the gray. But is that the red spoiler? Yeah.
You gotta have the spoiler. At Universal, at the same time as there being the Kit replica, there was a A-Team van replica, and the gimmick for that was anybody, regardless of your age, basically could walk up to it and tip the van over, and hold it with one hand, It was on some sort of pulley system or something.
Yes. Yeah, I remember this.
Okay,
Yes.
so
God, I remember that. Yeah, totally.
I have
Yeah.
my brother and I. We have pictures of us holding up the side of the A-Team van for some. There's no context to it. There's no fucking Mr. T guy dressed up. Like, here, come pick up the van for me. It's just you walk up to the van and just pick it up and take a picture.
I wish I had my old family albums. I have a picture doing the exact same thing. So yes, I remember that.
So
man, that's hilarious. Universal was good back in the day. It was good in the 80s.
Was it Universal? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Universal. They had a backdraft thing.
Yep. Yeah, that was in their tram ride. They had backdraft.
Okay. Well, this was one that you left the tram. You got off the tram, I think, for. Was it?
They did it in the Wizard movie, but you don't do. If you did the VIP tour, I think you walked through those sets. You walked through the earthquake set.
No, we didn't. We didn't walk through. Well, no, we do. I'm thinking it wasn't Universal. Maybe it was another park that had some sort of backdraft. Either way, you stood in this backdraft. You watched the backdraft event happen, and you stood and watched it. And my grandmother took us to the thing, and part of her house burnt down at some point in the history of the house. And she started having like a panic attack during the thing, and like snuck out the side door, and it was traumatic for her. But I loved it. I thought it was rad.
So, the backdraft attraction, it was a walking set for Universal Studios.
Okay.
So Universal Studios, it wasn't part of the tram. It was a literal. You stood in line to do the backdraft ride, which I guess is a walkthrough.
Gotcha.
A backdraft experience.
Yeah. Because you just kind of stood and watched, like a backdraft would happen, and then the whole room would do its thing.
Yes, I'm looking at it now. There's like a fencing, and then there's a building in front of you, and it goes up in flames, and then the ceiling goes up in flames. It's very much like Backdraft the movie.
Yeah. In fact, I think at one point they kind of do I don't know if you remember the movie very well or not, but the older fire inspector guy, he's showing the backdraft, or maybe it's just happening, but it looks like a fire tornado. And in that experience, let's not call it a ride. In that experience, they demonstrate the same thing with, it's probably not real fire. It's probably some trickery.
It's a real fire.
Well, I mean, it's it's controlled sort of thing. But I think the experience used a lot of water with lighting to make it look like explosions. I could be wrong, but it was just kind of cool how they showed the fire, dancing like a tornado, and like I said, it was cool. It was a cool experience. And then you went and saw Captain EO after that, and you had a great time.
Captain EO was Disney.
That was at Disneyland? Okay.
Yeah. You would have seen Waterworld afterwards.
No, I don't know if Waterworld existed last time I was there. I was a child the last time I was there, bro.
It wouldn't have been Captain EO. It would have been another thing, though.
When we did the tram ride, the last time I did the tram ride, the Back to the Future square, the clock, you couldn't even see the clock. It was behind a facade.
Well, okay, so they replaced. So they used to have a King Kong ride on the tram tour.
Yeah, part of it. Yeah, you went through and you were on the bridge, and he was tearing the bridge apart. You can almost reach out and touch Godzilla or King Kong. I mean.
And they changed it now to a Peter Jackson 3D extravaganza. So if you go see it again, it's in a tunnel in 3D. Well done, because you feel like you're falling and stuff or whatever. It's fine. But like they even changed Jaws. Like Jaws is the same but a little different. But that's like one of the originals.
Right.
And the flood. I'm sure you remember the flood.
Oh, the flood is
in
great.
The Mexican town.
The earthquake.
Yeah.
The earthquake underwater.
They brought it back. The earthquake was gone for a while, and they brought
Oh,
the
really?
earthquake back. So I'm happy. Yeah.
And the earthquake was actually my favorite part of that whole thing. Jaws was really the best part. But if you just sat on the left hand side of the tram, you didn't see nothing.
Which is where you enter. You enter from the left side. So I never saw anything because I'm always entering from the left
That's
side,
right.
and I sit on the left side, which you get the flood and you get a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want
But almost everything else,
you have to be on the right.
the fucking the house, the fucking
Oh, the
house on the
Norman Bates
hill.
House,
what is it?
yeah, the Psycho House. The
Yes.
Norman Bates House.
Yeah, that's on the right hand
It's on the
side of the
left side.
tram. Is it on the left? I thought it was on the right hand side.
Or right hand side. No, it's not. No, the motel is on the right hand side. So if
Okay.
you want to see the motel, the actual Bates Motel, it's on the right, but the house itself is on the left.
Okay. Dude, like I said, I was a child the last time I was on it. It was so long ago.
I have an annual pass now, so I just go.
I would like to do Universal again. Universal was fun. I'd do Universal before
It's a great way to
Disneyland, I think.
Disney was a better place to hang out, but I'm getting used to like hanging out Universal because Universal's about half the size of Disneyland. There's not as many things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yet there's a lot of places. Places are far, so yeah, there's a lot of walking, but not as much to do. So, but I like Universal because it's cheap.
Right.
Hey, it's cheap for the highest like level of annual pass. Annual pass for Disney's $1,600.
Jesus
per year.
Christ.
While Universal's only $500 for a year.
Still, it's pricey. Still,
It's a lot, but if you go once a month, you pay you know, and you get a discount on everything. So it's
Well,
like,
that's worth it.
And free parking, so you get like it evens out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
once a
works.
month's not that bad,
That's
but
not bad.
it's fun. I would recommend it. Next time you're out here, we'll have to go to Universal Studios.
Well, that fits perfectly, Francis, because next time you're out here, we're gonna go to the Casa Bonita.
No, has it changed?
Well, I mean, yes, in the sense of they spent.
I mean, since the last time we talked about it a few weeks ago.
Well, okay, yes, in the sense of I got an email recently that said that they're starting to have open reservations, whereas before it was kind of you had to be on a lottery system, where thousands of people never got picked, where some and hundreds of people got picked multiple times. I have 3 email addresses. All 3 of those email addresses had a lottery ticket in the Casa Bonita Punch Bowl, and I never got an invite. So I got an email recently that said that they're going to do open invites or open reservations on certain days. The reservations sold out in moments. So they still got some shit to work out. But I bring it all up because we were talking about money and fun and all that sort of stuff. There is a fun little documentary on Casa Bonita. I think it's on the Prime. Matt Stone and Trey Parker spent over $30 million to renovate Casa Bonita, basically from the ground up.
Chump change for that.
Sure, I don't know how much they bought it for, but the documentary kind of goes over just like how just poorly the establishment had become over the years. They mention and actually show you the mysterious hole the food used to come out of, so you can see what I'm talking about when I've mentioned it, the mysterious hole. People will actually they ask about what changes would you like to see, and people are like, I hope they don't get rid of the mystery hole.
Is there a door too? Is there like a mystery door too?
There's a secret door. Yeah.
Secret door.
Yeah. It's not really a secret door, but it has a secret to it.
So the documentary Casa Bonita, Mi Amor, is on
Yes.
Paramount Plus.
Oh, see, I was completely off. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I mean, it's getting to see. So it's really Trey that kind of heads this whole project, because I think the affection he had for it as a kid, and it's great because at one point, they're just trying to bring it back to the way it was, and while ad-libbing, voicing a Muppet, or not a Muppet, a puppet character of what the character might say, you see the firework go off where he's like, I just figured it out. Casa Bonita is a village from 1800, or a village in 1973, thinking it is the 18 or something like that, where it's like everything's disco and 70s kind of vibe, but it's also the old Spanish village at the same time. You'd have to see it. I'm not explaining it very well, but
I mean,
he's listening to it. He's watching and talking about an old Elvis movie where he was in Mexico for some reason, singing Mexican songs as Elvis, and it's just exactly, and it's just Mexico or something like that, like. And it's just funny to see it, the firework kind of go off. And he's like, I figured it. I know what we're doing. I know what the vibe is of this restaurant finally. It's cool. Definitely worth a watch. It's a short watch. And if you've never seen Casa Bonita and you've only seen the South Park episodes where it was featured, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You should watch it.
I mean, you've talked enough about it and explained enough about it that I have an idea.
Yes.
I have an idea.
Having an idea about something and seeing it in its full bloom is completely different.
True.
Like, I'm not saying it's a place that, it's like, oh, hey, let's have Mexican night. Let's go have Casa Bonita. No, it's going to be, hey, his friends are in town. Let's go to this gimmick-ass place. I think Trey says in the movie, because as a kid, it was a place that kids would just run around and run amok through the whole restaurant, because it was a safe place to be, because it's all geared for children. He's like, I want to get back to that vibe where you can just let your kids run around the restaurant and feel safe. It's cool.
Well, Man Bear Pig, that's all I have to say.
And Man Bear Pig is there, but if you address the character standing in front of you that is clearly Man Bear Pig, the character's handler will tell you, no, this is Gorilla Jr. But it doesn't look anything like a gorilla. It looks like Man Bear Pig.
Well, look, as long as I can get a selfie with Gorilla Jr. / Man Bear Pig, I will be happy.
I think that's totally possible to do. I think that's totally possible.
And,
you can go to the wishing. You
giant
can go to the wishing well. The wishing well's rad. Go to the puppet show.
When I get there, we got plans.
Yeah. It's it's a gimmick ass place. There's no doubt about it. But now that it's been redone, once it's a place where you can actually easily access, it's a place, like I said, friends are in town. Let's go someplace that's fucking quirky and gimmicky as fuck.
So my issue is they're getting rid of gimmicky places. There used to be a ton of gimmicky places down here in LA, and they're all gone. So I'm really happy that there's a gimmicky place there.
Did you ever go to the 50s Gunther Tooties? It was a 50s, 60s.
I don't even know what that is.
It was like a 50s, 60s diner kind of thing. I want to say 50s. You're looking at it.
Well, there's one in Colorado apparently. There's not one
I'd
here.
be surprised if it's still open.
Gunther Tooties, right?
Yeah.
Is the name of the place?
Yeah. So apparently it wasn't a national chain.
It was not. No.
Okay.
There's only actually you're right. There's not one anymore in Colorado. It's now just in Massachusetts.
Okay, so maybe it was regionally, maybe or something. But it was just a gimmicky place where if you go and you do your birthday, they stand you up on a chair and you got to do the twist. That's 50s, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a 2T's and then a 2D's, which is different. Gunther 2D's Diner, a Colorado classic.
Oh, okay.
Is in North Glen, Thornton, Littleton, Parker, Palmer Park, and Woodman.
Okay, the last two I've never heard of. Parker, interesting.
Woodman is in Colorado Springs.
Okay, I don't.
And so is Palmer Park is in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, the Springs doesn't count.
Oh man, with North Glen, Littleton, and Thornton.
Okay.
So yes,
I like that you.
So they do.
You're definitely not from Colorado because you pronounced all the T's in Thornton.
Oh, how's it pronounced?
It's Thornton. It's just Thornton.
How's it pronounced?
Thornton.
Not Thornton.
Thornton. I like that. Littleton.
Gunther 2D's, yeah. Dying like it's 1959.
Okay, so I mean I was right there. I said 50s, 60s. Yeah, that was a place. That was a family, definitely a family place. My family went there quite a few times for probably just birthdays. I know my friends and I went there when it was our birthdays because somebody was usually broke and couldn't afford food. But if you wanted to embarrass yourself, you can eat for free. Stand
you
up.
can get yourself a Hemingway burger or a orange creamsicle milkshake.
I haven't been in one of those spots in 20 years.
Of course, everyone knows it's named after the Officer Gunther 2D from everyone's favorite 50s TV show, Car 54, Where Are You?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because everybody remembers that show. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Car 54.
Push says South Park was good in its early years. It's still okay.
It's still really good. It's still really good. They really push they really push the limits of what's out there.
Gunther 2Ds. You got to go now to Gunther 2Ds.
Maybe that'll be replace one of the places that the lady and I go to, and we'll go to Gunther 2Ds. I can give you
instead of going back to Buc-ee's again.
Hey man,
you've already been twice.
Don't speak sacrilege of
take
the coolest gas station that I've yet to purchase gas at.
Gunther 2Ds. Yeah.
Shit. You probably get a little bit more food at the restaurant for the same amount of money.
A little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, it's Gunther 2Ds. How the hell did we get on the Gunther 2Ds from fucking SpaceX? That was a journey.
Themed restaurants, man.
Yeah.
Restaurants.
Let's see. What else is on the list? Oh, something that's local that California has had for the whole existence of California. Which lane filtering, which is when motorcyclists, when you're at a stoplight, if there's room to do so, that's the way it's worded. Motorcyclists, especially in California, but now it's legal here in Colorado, can filter their way to the front of an intersection. And if it catches on and people actually start to do it, I can't wait to be at the front of the line and a bike comes up, in between me and another car, and then they just start to waddle all the way to the middle of the intersection before the light turns green, just like they do in California.
They don't do that.
Some do. I've seen it. They just keep inching their way out further and further and further. It's like, you're going to be out there in front. Just relax, guy. But lane splitting is still illegal here. So you're on the freeway and a car zips up in between you and the car next to you. That's still illegal. It doesn't really happen that much, like on the regular. Most of the people that do it are cocks driving crotch rockets. Being cocks. That's usually the only time you see it. Occasionally in stop and go freeway traffic, you will see somebody lane splitting. I don't have any problem with it. I think it makes things safe that way, and just people aren't used to it. So when it happens, it's like, oh shit! I was at a stoplight the other day. I saw someone coming up, and I had enough room to scoot over just a couple inches, and he gave me a little wave, and I like that kind of stuff.
Very common here in California to get the wave. It's
yes,
like my favorite thing. I think people do that, the kind of spread like the Red Sea, to get the wave because they want to get the wave from the motorcyclists.
They want to be
cool.
They want to think I'm cool.
Yeah, I got the gesture. It's either the 2-finger gesture of thank you or like the little hand wave at the bottom of it. Because they can't do it too high, otherwise they'll swerve.
Right.
But yeah.
No, I think it's cool. I really wish lane splitting would be a thing here, but one thing at a time. I haven't, even though it's been legal, I think, for a couple months now, I haven't seen much lane filtering yet. A couple, but not much.
You're not used to it yet, You gotta give it some time.
Well, and it's also, I think, the way
you'll just see it all the time.
I think the way they wrote it too. Saying that everybody's got to be at a complete stop first, and there has to be room.
Wait, now I don't know if you've told me this, but I'm curious. Can motorcyclists use the carpool lane?
Yes, because I think it says carpool or motorcycle.
Okay. Because our motorcyclists can join the rest of us. Join the freedom of California. And drive between cars and sneak up to the front of the line.
I mean, the sneaking up part makes the most sense, I think. Because, I mean, I'm not a biker, but if I were to put my feet into the boots of a biker, I would much rather just be able to go to the front of the line instead of being in traffic when somebody from behind gets hit and then their car smashes into me and then I get pinned in between me and the car in front of me. I think I'd rather risk scratching somebody's car going to the front. That's more fixable than a fucking broken body.
Than being sandwiched?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, motorcycle riding is inherently dangerous, but so is driving a car. I think it's a little bit more dangerous just because there's nothing in between you and the ground except air.
Air.
And whatever fat you have on your body. So, but whatever we can do to help everybody be more safe, why not? We keep developing ways to make cars safer. If it looks like it's safer to have all the bikes go up front and get out of the way of traffic, then I'm all for it.
There you go.
Driving a stock car, like just a car off the shelf stock, or like a stock car like Dale Earnhardt? Push is asking us, or saying. Driving a stock car is also dangerous.
I mean,
it's not one word, so it's probably not a stock car like NASCAR racing, but like NASCAR, yes. And now the engineering that goes into a NASCAR car is actually kind of fascinating. Like those cars. Well, the whole thing is basically a roll cage. They don't build them to go straight. They build them to continually be turning left. Just the way, the geometry of how the steering and suspension is. They use truck axles. I mean, I think all that's it's not fun to watch, but the engineering behind it's cool.
It's fine.
I mean,
fun, not fun. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I can't say a lot because I watch European cars go in circles. You know,
Yeah.
so
That's why it's fine.
the
We do have to go to Gunther Tootie's though because they have a Monte Cristo. So
well, I mean, if we really want to have a Monte Cristo, we can Google a Bennigan's and fly to Texas. I think is the nearest one to both of us, and we can go to a Bennigan's and
Have you been to
relive the '90s and early 2000s. You never been to a Bennigan's?
I don't think Bennigan's was ever out here.
I'm sure it was.
Think so?
I'm sure it was. It was a national chain.
I mean, if it was out here, I mean, maybe it's out here now.
No, the fucking companies like, I think the only ones that exist now are franchise ones.
Oh yeah.
Because they all closed down, like all over the country. There's like 6 still in existence.
All right. Yeah. Wow, you're on the money on the.
Wow. That was just a fucking pull out of my ass.
There are on the fly locations apparently, which are they deliver. So they'll I guess they're like out of another restaurant and they'll deliver your food.
Mm.
Like they have the Bennigan's menu,
Oh,
which is like
gotcha.
there's some in California,
Okay.
but nowhere near me. They're all in the desert. And then they're international too. Apparently, they're like in freaking Qatar and Dubai and
I mean,
Bahrain and like
where?
Mexico. It's like it's everywhere.
Where?
Bahrain.
Bahrain?
Bahrain.
Hurts my ears when you say it.
Bahrain.
Bahrain. That's funny.
Bahrain.
Yeah, I want to see someone do what was the character from fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Krang.
Yeah. Bahrain.
I want to see someone do a Krang costume. That'd be great.
Oh,
With like an animatronic or like a child in a Krang costume inside of a bigger costume.
Just hire a kid to play a flailing brain.
I mean, that would be
Slayer.
that'd be dangerous, you know. For in a costume, you don't want to.
Sure.
You want to make sure you hire the kid.
It's
Oh, okay. You said hire a kid. That's
I mean,
too
you
random.
still hire your own kid.
Well, that's different than hire a kid. That's too random.
Or you can hire a kid.
I mean, if you're
You
weird.
can hire your friend's kid. Hire your friend's kid. Hey, look, I know your kid. He needs to play Krang. He just has to flail his arms. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be an awesome costume. We're gonna win. We're gonna win Halloween. But I need him to flail his arms in the stomach of this costume.
In the stomach of. Yes. In this mindless cyborg of a thing that just carries the brain around. As it should. As is tradition. I don't really have much else. I'm getting kind of tired too because I've been up since before birds get up.
4 a.m.
Yes. Back to the 4 a.m. thing for a day. It was nice to, have a lunch today at a lunchtime. Early lunch, but it was.
I recall in your previous occupation, you had lunch at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
or 9 a.m. or whatever.
It was 9. Yeah. Yeah. It is harkened back to that. I got off at about the same time too. It was great. Came home, played some video games.
All right.
But we'll be back next week, hopefully on a Tuesday again. I haven't got my schedule yet. Big surprise there. But when I do, you'll know when we do this because you get a notification.
Notify me.
Yes. Make sure you do all the things. Hit the likes and the follows and all those sort of things. Francis, tell the wonderful people where they could find you on this thing they call the internet.
SincereSarcasm.net or at AKA the other guy. That's everything. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Blue Sky. You name it, it's AKA the other guy. Now, you might be wondering, why is his name the same everywhere? It's called Synergy. I learned it from our host.
Yes, that's right.
There was one thing that Josh was very adamant on with Synergy.
Yeah, and
he drilled it into me.
Yes, I was like, man, when we do this, we got to make sure everything is the same across all facets of the internet. And then I proceeded to not do anything that I preached. Or maybe it was because I learned from my mistakes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which came first, mistakes or stupidity. It's one of the two. But, you know, you can call, text, voicemail into the show. 314-764-7631. Spells out POI Pod 1. Kind of, you know, I started off pretty good. Email thepoipodcast@gmail.com. There's some synergy there. Twitter, POI Podcast. You know, we're doing pretty good here. YouTube, POI Podcast. Pretty good, you know. And if you forget, actually not even forget, there's like a thing about POI as well, which is a rave thing. It's weird. But then everything else to listen to it is a mess. Email me. I'll tell you where to find it. Music's over. We're done. Bye. Where's the stop button? Oh,